Speaker of the evening is Gina DeAngelo. She is a massage therapist during the week, and on Sundays, sometimes she is a preacher. As part of the Guest in the Pulpit program, Gina travels to area churches and gives the sermon when a minister is away. Gina is also happy to claim that her granddaughters are undoubtedly the most intelligent and beautiful babies in the world. This is her manual speech called Persuade with Power. Please help me welcome Gina DeAngelo.
Welcome, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm so glad you're here. I'd like to start by reading you a passage from the novel Duma Key by one of my favorite authors, Stephen King. Be prepared to see it all. If you want to create, God help you if you do. God help you if you can. Don't you dare commit the immorality of stopping on the surface. Go deep and take your fair salvage. Do it, no matter how much it hurts. This passage is from the novel Duma Key. The story in Duma Key takes place on an island. The island is surrounded by sunken ships and buried treasure. Any treasure a diver finds and can bring up is fair salvage. A swimmer snorkeling along the surface of the water will find many beautiful things, little treasures. But to get to the really valuable stuff, he must dive deep. That's where you find the really exciting things. Awesome, interesting, marvelous things. Deep. I think public speaking is similar. Almost anyone can tell a story from the edges of their life. But to really bring value to your audience, you must go deep in your experience and wisdom. I believe that's why we're here. You come to Monday evening meetings every week to develop the skills and practice techniques that will allow you to give fantastic presentations. Almost none of it is worth it, unless you speak from the heart. Every good speaker connects with his audience on an emotional level because it gets our attention. It allows us to connect, to feel understood, and that motivates us to change. When you break through the surface of your story and go deep in your emotion and experience, we feel your rage or terror or unbelievable joy. We feel it and we connect with you. When you allow us to connect with you, that's when you impact us with your speech. That's when you allow us to feel empowered and motivated. When I first began speaking in public, I went deep and found a preacher inside. That was a surprise. I was raised female and Catholic in an Italian-American home. That culture taught me that decent women do not call attention to themselves. That includes not putting yourself behind a podium, and certainly not in a pulpit. I eventually left the church of my childhood and joined a church that encourages participation. Like many churches, lay people will read or speak as part of the worship service. So when I began to speak at church, I told stories from the surface of my life. It felt safe. To my listeners, it felt boring. But it was hard for me. I'm a natural introvert. I know, you'd never guess it. But I'm embarrassed to talk about myself, and I don't like being noticed. At parties, I am an experienced wallflower. But I also am committed to delivering a message, to sharing the treasures that life has brought me. I cannot effectively deliver my message if I stay on the surface. I must go deep. So that now, when I speak, when I go deep in my message, now I can find connection with my audience. Now it is common after I speak for people to come up to me and say they felt like I was speaking just to them. Or to feel like they had an experience just like the one I had in whatever story I told that day. Sometimes they cry. Sometimes they laugh. These are people who feel understood, who feel connected, and that empowers them to change. After one speech I gave, a woman contacted me a week later to let me know that my words had reached her. And she had found the strength to leave an abusive relationship. Another woman who heard the same speech also contacted me later that week to let me know that my words had reached her and that she had been motivated to reconnect, to reignite the passion and trust in her marriage, which had gone stale. Same speech. Both women felt heard. Both women felt connected to me and the message. Both women felt motivated to change. This is powerful stuff. Some people change the world with medicine. Some people change the world with music or art. We change the world with words. That's why I'm here. I want to do this on an even more profound level. I want to get really good at this. Why are you here? I know that you are part of a business that gives you opportunity for public speaking, but that's just the surface. What's your deeper reason for being here? What change do you want to make in the world? Who do you want to empower? Whatever it is, remember, when you go deep in your message, your listeners can go deep in their change. When I go deep, my listeners go deep. The deeper I go, the deeper they can go. We are emotional beings. If we do not connect on an emotional level, our listeners feel talked at. It's boring. When you are successful at connecting with your audience, that's when the magic happens. That's when there is connection. Then your audience listeners, each one individually, feels understood, recognized for who they are, who they can be. This is how you make a difference. This is how you bring change in the world. So, go deep. Even if you're not sure you have the right words yet, go deep. Even when it is painful, go deep. Because it is painful. Go deep. Take your fair salvage. Share your treasure. Change somebody's life. Thank you for your attention.
What did you want to kind of convey to the audience tonight?
I wanted to get across the point that as speakers, it's very important for us to speak to our audience on an emotional level so that they can connect. That connection is what allows them to feel motivated by your words.
Now, coming from what you have done, like right now, this is what, your fourth speech?
I think so.
Okay. From November to now, some Toastmasters don't, they're always working up to another speech. What's motivating you to kick it into gear like this?
Because in my professional life, both in my work as a massage therapist and in my vocation as a preacher in churches, it's very important to me to get this right, to be able to deliver my message effectively. So I'm very motivated to get good at this quickly, so I take advantage of whatever stage time I can get.